Alrighty, you guys. So we've got quite a bit of movie updates to cover here. So this first one I've actually been forgetting to put in my previous movie update videos the last couple days, but I saw Jordan Van Dina a few days ago. He posted on his Instagram another article from Screen Rant here. Michael Bay's Transformers return will make or break the franchise's future. And if you guys don't know, this guy is the one writing the Michael Bay film right now. So just further confirmation that he's well aware of what's going on, the talk online, and further confirmation that he is indeed writing a Transformers movie for Michael Bay, it seems like. So make of this what you will, but we're going to have to wait and see what we actually get from Van Dina here. And the article says, in June, it was announced that Bay will be returning to direct his sixth Transformers movie, according to reports. Bay was the one who sought a return to the series and pitched an idea to Paramount. The film will be written by Jordan Van Dina, but isn't known if it is a sequel to Last Night, a continuation of the new timeline, or a reboot. So yeah, he knows what's going on with the talk online. We're just going to have to wait and see on what actually happens with this movie in terms of the writing quality. And yesterday, August 15th, at the time of this recording, there was a report that came out from the new people with Skydance and Paramount, the leadership here. They were saying all these different IPs and franchises that they're going to make priorities for theatrical releases, not really focused on streaming right now. And one of them that they mentioned here majorly in this article from Hollywood Reporter is the Transformers films. And there's an excerpt here. It says here, Ellison, who said he intends to make movies exclusively for theaters, now has full control over a number of film franchises he already worked on at Skydance. Many of them have been dormant on the big screen for years. Star Trek, G.I. Joe, or have had trouble finding their footing in recent years. Terminator, Transformers. Co-film chief Josh Greenstein said these franchises would be a priority, noting the company hopes to release 15 films a year and then up that to 20. He name-checked Star Trek and Transformers, with a surprise being World War Z, the 2013 Brad Pitt zombie feature, and then they go on to list more movies that has nothing to do with Transformers. So the 15 to 20 films thing, I've seen some people misconstruing this. No, they don't mean 20 Transformers movies a year. They mean 15 to 20 movies of different franchises that they own coming out in theaters every year. That's what they're targeting. And definitely one or maybe two of those could be Transformers a year, especially if they want to restart that whole cinematic universe, which, from the rumors that we know with all these movies in development and the directors that they have attached, Cooley and Bay, it would make sense that they would kind of want to go back to that cinematic universe route, especially since DC is restarting theirs, and, the MCU is still around, and Star Wars is getting back to their own theatrical cinematic universe of sorts here soon next year. So it would make sense that Paramount would want to get back into the game with this whole thing that they were trying to build up 8 years ago with The Last Night, but failed miserably. Hopefully they learned from their mistakes and they're not merging 3-4 scripts into one movie, and they're totally disregarding what was set up in their previous movie. But since we know this is a reboot, at least that latter half can't be true, hopefully. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with these movies and how many they actually start to release once they get the ball rolling around 2027, I'd say. So Laszlo, a few days ago at the time of this recording, he posted a bit of an update video on just some of the talk going on right now with the Michael Bay Transformers movie. Some little updates here that were tidbits that I find actually pretty interesting to cover here in a video. So I'm going to read you some of the stuff here that he put in his YouTube video, and I'll give you guys my thoughts and speculation and theorize, as always here. So he says, as we know, there has been rumors about Michael Bay wanting to return to make another Transformers film, this time not forced by Paramount, but by his own will and interest in the script/idea of said film. He goes on to say, I've mentioned before that Paramount Pictures and Skydance were in the process of merging. That's said to be finalized in 2029, so we couldn't have a Transformers movie before that. Well, good news. Bay has a few projects other than Transformers, and the thing is, it is still unclear if he's going to help the director like Josh Cooley with the action scenes, or he is directing the film himself. He goes on to say here, according to sources, including mine, Bay is working very closely on this film. It is something very special in a reimagination of the franchise. So is this a reboot or a standalone film of its own? It's unclear. And then the last thing he says here is, it's also likely to come before Josh Cooley's live-action film. It's also unknown that if these films are going to take place in the same continuity or not. Bay's could be a thing of its own, while Cooley's is a sequel. So, quite a bit to kind of discuss here. And again, I don't know if Laszlo's hinting at stuff here, because he does have insider info within Paramount with what's been going on with these Transformers movies. He's been saying that and hinting at that on Twitter, and if you guys haven't been around in the Transformers community for years now, he is somebody that has always had insider knowledge on these upcoming Transformers movies. So, let's kind of break down what he's talking about here. I actually didn't even know that the movies were actually on halt because of the Skydance merger. I thought things were still just being developed and things were just going super slowly because of Transformers 1 and Rise of the Beasts not making a lot of money, so it wasn't really a priority over at Paramount. But it seemed like it was because of this merger. And, you had people online saying that there weren't going to be any more Transformers movies because Hasbro wasn't funding. Things were looking terrible, which they were, but it seems like we like things were obvious that it was just because of the Skydance merger. Now that that's finished, they can move forward and work quickly to get another Transformers movie out there. And the whole, is he directing or is he just helping out with Josh Cooley or a different movie? I definitely think he's directing, because there's been a lot of reports from Hollywood trades over the last month and a half that he is returning to direct this next Transformers movie. So, I don't know, there's kind of conflicting reports, but I think he definitely is going to direct this next movie just based off of what's been said. Like, Paramount wouldn't make this a big news to put this out there in the media over the last month and a half if he was just returning to be a producer again. It just wouldn't make sense, because Michael Bay has been a producer on every Transformers movie since he left the franchise with The Last Knight. So, and it wasn't like some big, huge announcement previously either that he was returning as a producer. So with them making this a big deal in the Hollywood trades and on the internet over the last month and a half, it's definitely him announcing coming back to direct a movie. They wouldn't make a big deal if he was just helping out with action scenes like he was with Rise of the Beast, or producing the movie like he has been with every other Transformers movie since he left. That's just what I'm thinking. That seems the most logical to me. And there keeps, in this talk of it being a reimagination of the franchise and something very special, this wording keeps getting thrown around here on the internet. And it's really interesting to kind of figure out what this is actually going to be and when are we going to get this announcement. I'm thinking within the next couple months, definitely we're going to get more of an announcement on this movie, an official word on Paramount on what this next Transformers movie is actually going to be. I'm standing by my speculation right now that it's either going to be the Joe crossover or a full-on Beast Wars film. Laszlo was speculating that this could be a Beast Wars film in a video like a week ago, and I don't know if he was like throwing stuff out there as speculation when really he does have insider knowledge that this is actually going to be a Beast Wars film, because he's done that before too, or he's just speculating himself as a fan. I don't know, but those are the two options I'm leaning towards: a Joe crossover or a Beast Wars film. And the whole conversation of, is the Josh Cooley movie and the Bay movie connected in the same universe, or are they in a separate timeline? I think it would be wise of Paramount to set up a proper, well-done cinematic universe this time around, especially since you have such good talent like Josh Cooley attached to another live-action movie. Why not take advantage of this opportunity and revitalize things story-wise, continuity-wise, and just connect to these films in a way that feels special, that audiences can follow, whether you're casual or a big Transformers fan. Because making these separate universe films is just, it could probably work the best with Transformers out of any other franchise you could name out there, because that's just how Transformers has been since the 90s, always changing stuff, new continuities. But for movies and for casual moviegoers, it would make the most sense for them to be set in the same universe. And hopefully this reboot just starts everything clean and everything's connected and they're not doing everything separate, because I think that would be a bad idea in the long run, especially for general audiences going to go see these movies, which, love it or hate it, that's the target audience for these movies. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with this. I'm hoping that they're connected, but I don't know. It's Paramount. They could really do anything. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below. How do y'all feel about these movie updates here? All my social medias are linked down below. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.